Hey there, boys, girls, the YouTube world. Today, the Duff Dog and I are going to see if we can't get this Squarebody Chevrolet tow truck running for the first time in 12 years. I've had this thing out back for a while. If you didn't know, I picked it up because I thought I wanted a tow truck. And I do want a tow truck. I did want a tow truck. Paid way too much money for this thing. And then Bernie came up for the same amount of money. And Bernie is significantly mucho bettero. Story on this thing is it came from Young's Auto Salvage in Devil's Lake, North Dakota. They put it on the Facebook Marketplace. I raced up there to get it. I raced back. They claim the 6.2 diesel in it. Yeah, that's right. No spark plugs, no points to mess with. Should be super easy peasy lemon squeezy. Is locked up. How locked up can it be? It was sitting in a building. It's had a hood on it. I think it's got an air cleaner. I don't know. And we got Mojo, the master 6.2 mechanic, in our back pocket. So let's see if we can get this thing inside, we can get it running, and go from there. I'll give you a quick look at it while we're out here because it's so gorgeous and glorious and foggy and overcast. They say 90 days after fog, it snows, so it's going to be a white Christmas up here. Can't wait to move more snow. We'll have to figure out what we're going to set on top of Mount Mortske. Maybe it'll be a Bricklin DD speed shaft because he's never going to come back and get that thing. There's probably a tree growing through it right now. And plus, it's basically a boat because it's all made of fiberglass, so let's put it at the top of the snow pile. So this thing is kind of a mismatch of everything. It's got jumper welder ports up front. I think they're just for booster pack for jump starting cars. It's got all these plugs in the push bumper for putting other things. It's missing a grill. It's typical junkyard stuff. It should have a Dana 60. I'm not guaranteeing it, but it's got single wheel wheels on it, and it's a dually rear end, so I'm betting it's probably just a 44 that somebody cobbled in there. This cab has been swapped on at one point. Like I said, came from Young's Auto Parts, not Young's Auto Salvage. You maul them, we haul them. These guys are no longer in business, so yeah, don't be calling them up. What did it come with? Ooh, radiator hoses. It's got a flexi hose on the funnel there, so. But the radiator hose isn't flexi. Looks like we got some various pins and such. Oh, it's got an air compressor or an air tank or something. We got more 12-volt electrical hookups here. We got a 7-pin flat. We got the strobe lights. Looks like a Porter's Ready Built boom on the back. What do you want to call it? It's a heavier bed than what we have than the Holmes bed. It's also got a hitch, so that's nice, but it's not a twin boom. It's not as well taken care of. You can see she's lifted some way too heavy stuff. It's been welded up. The whatever you call the strap back here, the old strap on, is in pretty rough shape. I'm guessing that doesn't have a compressor and they just filled this up with air, and then they would have air on there. Great big mechanically driven winch. I think it's got a 4-speed. Tires are about ready to have kittens, you know. So yeah, that column was clearly for an automatic. I don't know if it's got an air park brake or what that is up there. Who knows? Like I said, 4-wheel drive, 4-speed. You can see it was a tan pickup at one point, and then it got painted white and blue and everything else. Saggy GM headliner. It's got the CB radio, more funnels, more flashlights. Oh, this isn't a good sign. Ether, because 6.2 diesel things, the old Cosby sauce. Oh, they got a loser switch in here? What's that for? I guess we're gonna have to find out. I wonder if that's for like the glow plugs. Oh my gosh, this thing is gonna be so terrible. North Dakota road map. A float for a fuel sending unit. So yeah, let's get this thing inside. Ooh, power windows. Got the wood grain on the handles. See, it says Scottsdale on the fenders, 10, which it's not a C10. And then it says Silverado on the dash. It's got a bit of an identity crisis. And the reason we're doing this is because I had a ton of people interested in it. Nobody showed up with cash. So we're just going to wheel it inside and get it running, and then we'll just ask more money for it, or less if we don't get it running and we really hate the thing. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I had a ton of people reach out, but everybody's like, oh, You're in southeast North Dakota? I didn't know where you were. Does it look like we're in California? Oh, also, the leaves are changing, so it's so glorious up here this time of year. And yeah, nobody showed up with cash. And how do you deliver? Does it run and drive? All this, that's like, no. For the price we were asking, of course it does not run and drive. People need to get with the times. All right, let's get this thing in the shop. I'd hook Bernie to it, but there's really, I don't want to put my sling, that's the word I was looking for. Sling, not the strap on, the sling. If you're a tow truck driver, don't mess with the strap on, mess with the sling. So we're just gonna use the Bobcat because I would feel bad towing a Chevrolet tow truck with my Ford tow truck. Actually, I wouldn't, I really don't care, but Bobcat was just easier and then I don't have to crawl underneath and all that stuff. Here we go. Does it got keys in it? Is it out of gear? I got so many questions about this thing. The window's been down for probably a year since I've owned it. Cobwebs, keys on, transmission. Oh, it's got a Stuart Warner tranny temp gauge. Out of gear. Okay. All right, let's get this thing in the shop. We'll pop the hood for Duff even. There we go. Shuts like a Squarebody. What do you think about this thing, Mojo? Huh? What do you think about this thing?
Well, you think we can get a run?
I don't know. You see that hood emblem?
I've seen that.
It's French.
Yeah.
It's litre. It means it's fast, right? Duff, what are you doing underneath there? You're supposed to be opening hoods. Well, where do we start? It's a good wrench. Is that good or bad?
Probably maybe good,
Probably maybe good.
he said.
It's got a battery that ain't. I suppose we're gonna need 2 battery sponsors this week to get this hunk of junk turning over. Should we just jump right into it and throw 2 batteries in there, see what happens?
See what happened. Sure.
The previous owner said it's locked up. You ever seen a 6.2 lock up? No.
Yeah.
All right, let's go grab a couple batteries. Farmstead is our battery sponsor this week. He got some new batteries for his boat, so he gave us his old deep cycles. What a guy. What a guy. Goodness. Did I take your job of opening the hood? That's what happens when you don't show up to work on time. Where you been? Out catting around? Chasing rabbits? Did you get any rabbits? Oh, you didn't do that either. You hung over or what? You ready to go to work? All right, we'll get it going. Maybe we can go for an RIDE. Go for a ride? Yeah? Okay. Look at this ball of taped up mess on the battery cable. I'm just gonna assume that that's positive and that it's clean enough. Oh my gosh, look at this. This is the negative all bolted together. Clearly because it's going to the battery. Or the battery to the engine block. Oh, this one goes up to the front of the tow unit here, so that must be for the 12 volt. Oh, you got some sparkage. Oh yeah, the key's off. I'll turn that off. This thing would probably be just fine with 1 battery, but if it's stuck, we're gonna want 2. He said these batteries were good, but who knows? Looks like they're dated August 1, so August of 21. A little over 2 years old. But they are the big dogs. Oh my gosh, this thing is the most screwed up clamping. Oh, so scary. Good news is, these deep cycles got these studs on there. So we can just thread those on there. Side post would have worked, or we could have just put Wes's favorite bolt-on ends on this thing too. So I guess if it turns over, we just got to give it ether and it'll go, right? Diesel fuel really never goes bad that I've noticed, but I'm sure somebody out there is going to argue with me and say, no, diesel goes bad. But, I mean, it's made out of 7 million year old dinosaurs, so how can it go bad? All right, I don't like these clamps. Let it be known on the records. Oh my gosh. And there's like a half a wire holding that one, but that's just a body ground. Should be fine. All right, let's just hit the key and it'll start right up, and then we just make sure it's got brakes, right? Right. We know this thing's mixed and matched. It's got 4,771 miles on it. I would guess that means it's out of gear. Dr. E.B. Isaacson was the optometrist in Devil's Lake at the time. Oh, she's got an FM radio. Well, it does have an air pump and a yellow light. And we don't know what that switch is for. Well, it's definitely not locked up. So, I was misinformed on that locked up part. I should have just thrown a battery in this thing a long time ago, I guess. We don't need to check for spark because it's a diesel. I don't know how to check for compression because it's a diesel. But I'm guessing we're going to need either some ether or some glow pluggage. Old Mojo, he drives a 6.2 diesel to work every single day here. Not every day. It got last winter off because the tires were too bald. So we got new tires on it, so we'll see how this winter goes. But anyway, he's got to glow plug that thing every time he starts it. It could be 102 degrees out, and he's got to glow plug that thing. So we're going to have to get him back here because I don't know where the glow plug relay is or how it works. Well, maybe we can figure it out on our own. Huh? We don't need Mojo's help. I wonder what this is for. That doesn't do anything. Usually you can hear it. The glow plug cycle. We got to turn the key on. Duh. Still nothing. Radio? Oh yeah. I don't know what that does, but it seems like a choke cable. Things get brighter in here when we turn that on. Apparently that's for the square lights on the top. Yellow light. Come on, yellow light. Oh, the roller is rolling. Oh, that one's kind of dim. Oh, she sounds a little sick in there. Wire nuts and butt splices. God, I bet the wiring in this thing is so terrible. Oh, they're both lighting back up now. Good stuff. And then this must just be a clutch on an air pump that's belt driven. I bet that's the glow plugger. Or not. Let's try it. Oh wait, look at this. It definitely is the glow plugs. Figured it out all on my own. Well, if this actually works, it says we got a 1/4 tank of fuel. I don't hear it clunk. Mojo's, when he pushes that button, it goes ka-chunk. Seems like it's trying. I don't think those glow plugs are glow plugging though. I can hear Mojo running over here. He wants to be part of this, I bet. Give her one more shot. 3rd time's a charm. Oh, it's got a dual tank switch over here. Wonder if it's even got dual tanks. Turns over like a mother trucker. We're probably gonna have to get the expert involved. I suppose we could look for fuel. I've never been much of a 6.2 fan. I haven't been around them much, and mainly it's because everybody else says they're bad, so therefore they have to be bad, right? Not necessarily. Mojo, he loves them. It's like a love-hate relationship. Either guys love them or they absolutely hate them. And the amount of guys who love them is significantly smaller than the guys who hate them, and gals. Mojo's had quite a few of them over the years. I think this is the fuel filter. So, yeah, it's really ugly, square, rectangular design thinger. Old tractors used to use it. So, see if we got fuel up there. I'm guessing there's like a mechanical lift pump on the engine, lifts it up to there, and then there's a high pressure injection pump somewhere. Oh, it's right there in the middle. Hey, look at that. I bet we got fuel. I can see a leak. There it is right there. There's our high pressure pump, injection pump. And it looks like there's fuel leaking around there. All right, I'm not throwing in the towel, but when you got experts at your disposal, you utilize the experts. Oh, hey, look, a Pontiac engine. Wonder where that's gonna go. What are you doing? Stealing coils?
Yeah.
It's never the coil, you know that.
No, but I'm just putting it back to one of
Oh, you already stole it, and now you're putting it back.
putting it back now.
Oh, okay.
The proper owner.
Is that for that Pontiac?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, believe it or not, Pontiac coils make Oldsmobiles run. We got our rocket out here. We just fogged her down with a bunch of transmission fluid. She's still warm. We're gonna lift her off the old run stand and stash it away for a rainy day hot rod project, which it might rain today. Oh look, 3rd gen Camaro. Wonder where that came from. Duff's over checking out 56 Mordor doors that we should donate to DD Speed Shop. You got time to help me get a diesel running? Do you? All right. I got her cranking over.
Yeah?
Well, I got no fire. I found the glow plug button, but it don't make the ka-chunk noise that yours does.
Well, you gotta have gold plug.
You gotta have glow plugs or that garbage won't run?
Yep. Warm it up a little.
Where's the glow plug stuff at?
Normally over here.
It should be over there. This thing's a kind of a rat's nest of wiring.
I could see that.
Yeah, it's as bad as Dirt Reynolds.
Here's your glow plug wires. And here.
So you just need 12 volts going to them?
Well, for a little while.
Right, when you just when you start it.
Yeah. In a few
And then-
seconds, always you burn them out.
Oh,
Actually, they're only 6 volts. And that's how they heat them up. And then they only have them on for a few seconds.
so if ours are bad, you got some spares laying around?
Yes, I do.
Good used ones though, not new ones.
Yeah, good use.
Good used ones. How do we check if they're any good?
Pull the wires off.
A spade clip, yep.
And you take a test light from here to there. See if you got ground going through the glow plug.
Yep, through the engine block.
Yep, to the engine block. And then if they light up your light,
They're good.
they're good.
Otherwise they burn out when it's an open circuit. So if you put the light in there and the light don't light up.
Right. And they're open. And some of them use a headlight.
Some guys use a headlight.
Yeah. Because it's got more.
More of a load than like a little 1157 bulb or 56.
Yeah.
Duff, you don't know nothing about 6.2 diesels.
Test light good too, but. Hey,
Did you just say 6.2? I'm pretty sure. 6.2. Duff. You want to go for a ride in a 6.2? Do ya? Do ya? People say I should strap a camera to them. It sounds like a good way to lose a $400 camera, doesn't it? You run off, lose it in the weeds. Goofy dog. Here's our test light. You hook it on the positive. Oh, you're going to see if we got... Well, your light works. Now you're going to put it on there. You want me to push the button?
No, no.
Oh.
Here, this is what you do. Okay, see that one?
Yeah.
That's a good one. Okay.
Oh, so you don't even have to cycle it. Well, better yet, okay. So hook that up to there, and I'll go push the key on the dash, and you tell me, or the button on the dash, and you tell me if we're getting voltage to it.
There's light there now. We got to hook the other way though. We got to go to ground.
Oh, you got hooked to the ground side of the battery.
Yeah.
That's why you're so smart. Ready?
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, we got a light there.
So now we just got to test all our glow plugs.
Right. That's all.
We got to move it over to this side of the battery.
Back to here, and then go on to your next one.
That looks like a lot of work. You just want to do it all for me?
I could.
Oh, you're going to take your jacket off. We're getting serious now. Let's hook this one back up. There's no firing order on these. They all go. Yeah, you like them diesels. All right, let's unplug. Oh boy, these connectors are in bad shape. How many you suppose are going to be good? Oh, 2 for 2. Boy, these connectors are in piss poor shape.
Yeah, and then the back ones are probably the ones you can't get out. They'll be already out.
They're the bad ones usually. Funny how that works, huh? Can't even see this guy. Well, that one's good. All right, let's see if this back one is good. Oh, that one's good too. That one looks newer even. How long these glow plugs last usually?
Well, it all depends on how long you leave them on. See, I changed my controller.
Yep.
Then I set my controller up so I can shut it off or on manually
Yep.
with a toggle switch.
That's what this has got too. Must be pretty common. Oh, you could. So you don't hold it and turn them on. The controller runs them for you.
Right.
Oh, so you just flip the.
I just flip that on, and then when it starts, I can shut them off manually. Otherwise, the controller will turn them back on and off and on and off until it cycles. But once the engine runs started, you don't need them anymore. You might as well just shut them off, right?
Okay.
And then I had problems with the controller sticking and leaving them on.
And then it would burn them out?
Then they'd burn them out. Okay? That's why I put the override on. I could shut mine off.
Sure.
Yeah. I can control it that way.
So you don't even use the controller on yours really. You just turn it on and start it and then turn them back off again.
Yeah, but I still got it in the circuit.
Yeah. Well, we've determined that it's probably the injection pump that's not working, but our good folks, friends at Area Diesel Service, what a deal. The sound of tearing plastic is almost better than the sounds of an engine running. Can you say thank you to Area Diesel Service? All right, see you later. We got some new gloves with a Turbski on it. SPC. Oh, they even say Area Diesel Service. And we got some Citywide, Four Hands Brewing Company. We'll definitely enjoy that. St. Louis, Missouri. We've determined that this injection pump's got to come off, whether that 5.7 diesel pump that we got from Area Diesel Service is going to swap out. We don't know. Worst case scenario, we send this one off and have them go through this one, because Mojo likes spending my money. So he likes 6.2 so much, he's going to take the top side creeper and rip this thing apart. And I'm going to go do some other top secret stuff. Good thing we got 2 cameras.
We gotta time it a little bit.
A little bit?
Yeah,
You got to time it before we pull it out even?
Yeah, well, we should, and then we can just
Drop it back in?
drop it back.
Well, they told me the other one is different.
Yep.
The drive is different, so.
I was wondering about that.
All right. But they said they can go through this one, or maybe even, they might even have one on hand they could swap out. It's the same.
Okay.
So what do you do to time it beforehand?
Beforehand?
Yeah.
Well, they got a little window down here.
A window?
A window down here.
Like a picture window?
Yeah. Then there's some timing marks in there. And then get the engine up on number 1. And those marks should appear in that window.
So you gotta
And then
line the marks up on the window. Kind of like a timing mark on a 235 Chevrolet.
or
Is that the window of opportunity down there?
yeah. You see those 2 little lines?
You can see those?
Yeah.
You got better eyes than me. You line them up and then you're good to go?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Alrighty. You say so. Now you just got to take mounting bolts off and she's good to go?
Mounting bolts and 1 fuel line back here. I gotta get off, yeah. And then I'll be good to go.
All right, so by the time I get done dropping merchandise off at the post office, you'll have it ready to go, huh? All right, sounds good. I'll hold you to it.
Okay. See how tough that line is. But I'll get her.
The line?
That line, yeah. Down here in the bottom.
Oh. What size are those lines for now?
They were 5/8.
5/8?
Yeah. And that's
Boy, have I got the deal for you.
all right. Come on.
Can you get that guy on there?
Yeah. You could probably do that.
Or do you want a shorter extension?
I want a short one.
You do?
Yeah, maybe.
Give me that extension back instead of taking up real estate in your hand before you drop it down an intake.
Yeah, you just don't want me to go fishing for it, right?
Something like that.
Well, I'm on it.
Looks like you need a longer extension.
Give me that extension bit.
Hopefully it ain't tight. You didn't even tear the intake gaskets.
No,
Attaboy.
but
But you got new ones at home?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
I got a whole overhaul set at home.
That's tight. Here, you get out of the way. Let me break it.
You're gonna
Break my knuckle anyway.
mess it up. Look here. You got all full fuel. You said there was no fuel in there.
Well, there was no fuel coming out. Son of a biscuit. You got it set the right way? Yo. Longer ratchet. Oh, a swivel. Really gonna bust our knuckles. There. Just needed some leverage, eh? Now give me my daggum socket back.
Well, don't worry about the little thing. That'll come back to you.
Yeah. You can put it back on. That was miserable. Now I just got to take this bolt out here and she comes right out, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that 5/8 too?
5/8.
9/16. Better yet, it's a 15 millimeter.
15 millimeter, yeah.
I got it. Probably be a good time to put a new chunk of rubber hose in for this line, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
That wouldn't be much fun to replace with everything all together. Yeah, while Mojo's pulling that injection pump off, I'm gonna go take the old telehandler, see if we can't get the 5.7 diesel off the top of the Buick Roadhouse that we set up there a while back. And since that injection pump that we got for the 5.7 isn't gonna fit on there, let's put it on the 5.7 and see if we can get the 5.7 running. So we give Area Diesel Services their proper shout out. What do you suppose the odds are we can get that frame fished off the top of that Buick in the first shot, pretty slim, and that we don't screw anything up on the roof of the Roadhouse? Probably less slim, but let's find out. Okay. Yeah, about that. What if we could put that fork there? This is a bad idea. So, new plan of attack. That doesn't count. That was just the tip. If I weren't so lazy, I would climb up there and hook a chain up and lift it off that way. Whoop. Should be a camera inside the camper right now. This is so bad. Why do I put myself in this situation? That was definitely an attempt. Let's try to get at a different angle. I'm not forklift certified. I was at one point. Maybe we can just grab the front frame rail. That would be the driver's side, and then just go from there. Probably not. So dumb. You can hear the family pictures falling off the ceilings. Okay, we're hooked on something. Come on, baby. Oh boy. I got it. So now to keep it from falling off, or hooking a tree and then falling off. Duff, leave the critters that are living in the Roadhouse. They can have it. So many motor homes in the back 40. Oh, definitely ran into that motor home. Whoops. Don't even care. Don't drop it on that 59 Ford though. Carry load low. Wow, and then I can't see. Alright, let's not hit the job trailer. Duff skidder all checked out. Let's see how many times we can drop it, pushing it into the shop. Oh, that counts as a half drop. I haven't hit the ground yet. Oh, that's about 7/8 of a drop. I think we're gonna get it. I do. Alright, let's get her propped on some jack stands. We're having the same problems with this thing, not getting any fuel out of the pump. For some reason the starter is removed now. Don't ask me how that happened. And who knows what else might be missing. I don't know if there was anything important in here, but there's now an animal nest. Okay, there's some hardware in there. So I'm sure we're gonna need that. So to clean that out and figure out why the starter got removed. We must have been trying to turn on the flex plate. I don't know. Interesting. But yeah, similar design. I think this is based off of like a 350 Oldsmobile, 5.7 Oldsmobile gasoline engine. They converted it to a diesel. Yeah, same bottom end, different heads, different intake. And it looks like a Turbo 400, eh, Duff? Yeah, a really, really greasy one. Check out these sweet tailpipes on this thing, though. Duals, even. Oh, yeah. Mickelson stole the front end out of this, and we put in his 68 Chevy so that he would get 5 lugs and disc brakes and all that good stuff. And left the rest for us. You got her off there, huh? The heck was holding it?
These.
Oh, them bolts. You forget about those? Been a while since you took one off?
Been a while. Been a lot of them. They have a offset drive in it.
Okay.
You're looking at, I think this one's got that offset drive.
Oh, so it only goes in one way.
Yeah.
So we don't have to worry about timing this one.
To a certain extent.
Travis Wold's sent you a hat. It's even got your name on it.
Hey, that's pretty neat.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah, that's
How
pretty
much I owe
neat.
you for that?
Nothing. Just say he sent it to you. He's a fan. You got fans, Mojo.
That's all right.
You're, yeah.
Pretty nice.
Yeah, you're famous on the internet. Now somebody's got to make you one of the Alice Chalmers on it.
Yeah.
You better show it to him. Looks like he's got TW Wold Trucking, and then he's got the, what are the Blue Diamond, the international logo. There you go. He sent one for Chin and me too.
Gotta show that one to my wife.
Oh yeah, Linda will like that one. Got me a blue version, and Chin got himself a light tan one that he'll immediately get dirty. Well, I'll immediately get the dark blue one dirty. But thanks, Travis. In the Pacific Northwest, he sent us a nice little letter with a bunch of good stuff that he's got. And then Jeff sent us a Duff decal, Duff beer. Duff, you got a beer can decal. So we'll have to put that on the beer fridge.
Look at that.
All right. What'd you do?
It turned it a little bit.
Did what?
Turned it a little bit.
Turned it there. Guessing since they're slotted, they probably want a washer on there, huh?
I suppose.
Can't hurt. Yeah, I need smaller fingers than mine to get these in there. There, she's snug with finger tight anyway. The heck, we gonna start them bottom ones now? You wanna take a bet on how many times we drop them?
A few.
A few.
A few.
Perfect opportunity to tell you about the Mortske magnetic screwdriver. Get yours at mortske.com. And I bet you can use our magnetic screwdriver to fish that washer down there and probably drop it. Look at that. Right where it needs to go. Don't ask me how we're going to thread that nut on. Wow. This screwdriver is something else. It pretty much turns you into a top-notch hack mechanic. Won't break the bank either. We should have rolled that injection pump across the driveway through a couple mud puddles. It looks too nice.
This looks too nice on here?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
You ever had a 5.7 diesel?
Nope.
Why not?
I really didn't have enough nerve.
Enough nerve? These side two in the bottom you can't get at, so I got this old V starter and manifold wrench from Craftsman. And to grind her down just a little bit, but works perfect. Well, not perfect, but pretty good. Ready to hook some lines up?
Yeah, just about, yeah. Figure out where they go.
Well, it should kind of lay out where they only want to go.
Yeah, all one way, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, looks like Body Shop guys are battery sponsor for this hot rod. Clickety clack's hooked up. Mojo won't give us a straight answer if there's any leaks, but looks good. We do have this return that we should probably put a hose on and run into that tank.
Probably.
Grab that hose up there long enough.
So we need a starter, right?
I guess we gotta use that guy.
Okay.
We must have taken it off to just turn it over real slow to find top dead center. Which turns out we didn't need to find. We must have had poor supervision that day. Alright, we got our jumper wire for our fuel pump. Looks like Faulkner Fixes All is our battery sponsor now because we moved the battery over here.
Something for a starter?
What's that button over there for? For the fuel pump?
Nope, that's for our glow plugs.
Oh, you got the glow plugs hooked up?
Yep.
Let's see if she cranks. Get your fingers out of the fan. We gotta have power to our solenoid.
Right here.
You already got that hooked up?
Well, this is that green one.
Okay.
Yeah, over there. Is that hooked on?
No. So we gotta hook our solenoid up. And you got a button for the glow plugs? Yep. All right, ready?
Yep.
How come it's not running yet?
That's what we got to bleed her out.
You gotta crack some bleeders. Oh boy. You're gonna round some injector lines off with that pliers?
No, because they're not tight.
Oh.
There. Now we got power. Now we can crank it over and see if we can get fuel.
We didn't have those glow plugs hooked up before? Or what?
No, we don't have to have them hooked up now. We just want to crank it over. If we get fuel coming out of our lines, then we'll worry about the glow plug.
Okay, so we're trying to bleed out the air. Gotcha. I think we're gonna have to get another battery. I hear pressure. Well, that's on the lift pump side. Let's pull spark plugs out so it turns over faster.
Yeah.
Pull the glow plugs out.
10 mil.
10 mil?
10 mil deep cut.
These are the same glow plugs, the 6.2? These different. You gonna get her running before we lose the shop today or what?
Well, might lose our spot.
You're thinking real hard. Still no fuel. Did you have fuel up at the filter?
I had fuel there.
I heard something. There, now we're getting fuel. Now see what happens. Still no fuel. We're supposed to be pushing, not pulling. The pumps are supposed to push, not pull. Now hook those lines up. There, now we got steady fuel. See how it got all quiet now? That pump was aerating before because it wasn't getting enough fuel. Now, what's going to be the disappointment? All right, here we go. Hopefully we get some fuel. Think it'll help if we open the throttle?
Pump turner.
How do you know? Is there a window on this one? Yeah, but I don't know how you get that cover off. Getting a steady stream of fuel there.
Got just a little bit coming here now.
Hey!
You got some over there?
I got one on this front one. Yep, 2 of them. 3 of them.
And all 4 over here.
Back one's the only one that ain't wet yet. All right. They're all back together now, huh?
We got oil in the crankcase, right?
Kind of late for that, ain't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Ah, it's got oil in it. It's got something on the stick. Well, ready to fire it up?
I suppose. See if we can glow plugs.
Glow plugs. Why isn't it going? Oh, did you tighten these? No? Tighten the ones on your side?
Yes, I did.
Did you put your glow plugs in and tighten them?
What? I tightened my glow plug. Did you tighten yours?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Got tranny and neutral. So it don't start up, take off, huh?
Oh, you think it's gonna start? Okay. Everything's tight now. You want to test these glow plugs? There you go. Glow plugs. Oh, you didn't have the fuel pump hooked up that whole time?
Hook it up.
Try her again?
Yeah.
Gonna test that side? Thought we were gonna test glow plugs. What are we doing?
I tested these already.
Oh, you already tested them?
Yeah, they were good. Well, I got power,
Yep.
you know.
All right, we got 8 glow plugs in as opposed to the 5 we had before. See what happens.
Turn the glow plugs on for a little while
Okay.
before we crank.
Few minutes?
Well, you don't want them on too long.
Okay, that long enough? She don't even pop. Then what? Ether the snot out of it? You ever the old ether bunny? I don't know what's left. You think I'd be turning over a lot easier than that if we didn't have any compression. I'm gonna see if we got fuel. Sure we do. Yep. All right, starting to cycle the plugs. You let me know when you're ready.
Okay.
It did something.
Did something.
You don't suppose that timing is off?
All we got is just that little.
Yeah. Just a few degrees that you can adjust it. All right, let's adjust the fuel timing.
See, there's that little window right there. Them 2 little screws right here.
Yeah.
Down there. Should line up when we're up on.
Yeah, but you
Timing
can't.
marks.
You wouldn't be able to see in there though. You couldn't get those screws out.
I don't see how a guy could get that out of time without off-center hookup inside there, you know.
Right. Can only go one way.
Sure they're making contact.
Well, that don't turn much. I don't think you can even.
You're fighting all the lines
Oh.
in the back.
Yeah, so how the heck would you adjust it?
That's just a big bar.
And how the heck would you know which way to adjust it?
Right, yeah, that too.
The mark's right up here.
Huh?
The timing mark's up here.
Is it up there?
Yeah, you look down past the power steering pump.
It's pretty close there.
Well, how the heck do you know?
Where the pump is.
Yeah. Well, it just says we're not getting any smoke out the tailpipes. We're going to pull some injectors because if we're not getting fuel, we're not going to get smoke. We should be able to spin the injectors around or do something and fire them outside the engine and see what we got. So to get these out, I'm going to take all these guys loose again. And then there's some hold down clamps right there. And then hopefully they pop out of there. Got a return rail removed. There's all these rubber T's on there for sending return fuel. And of course, they all exploded. So we'll have to get new ones of those because crusty old rubbers are no good. But the newest dilemma is I got a pry bar in between there and I cannot get these things to come out of there, which obviously it's a tight fit because it's got to seal up to hold compression in the engine, but these things do not want to budge. Oh, got one.
Got one?
Oh, we got one to come out anyway. Very carefully. I don't know much about much, but it don't look like that thing was shooting any fuel out. Give it to the expert to check it out. There we go. I got all mine out. And it definitely, I don't know, they look a little sooty. That is for sure. Wes would be able to tell us what kind of injectors these are and how they work. But we're not going that far. Okay, your side done yet?
Just about.
Just about, he says. Well, they don't even shoot right into the cylinder. They shoot onto the intake valve, and then the intake opens and it pulls it in. What are we gonna do now? Crank it over, see if we get some fuel coming out of our injectors.
Yeah, now we gotta get our power hooked up here, yeah.
Keep your fingers out of the way of the high pressure fuel, right?
Yeah.
All right. Stand out of the way of the cylinder's blasting air at you too, huh? You got fuel, all right, see what happens. I got 3 firing, this one ain't. How about you?
2 firing.
This one's the only one that I got over here that ain't firing. Ready?
Yep. You're all firing pretty good now.
Well, dang it.
How about yours?
This one ain't. I got one that ain't. You got any suggestions on how to make it fire? Trade it off for a new one? I'm gonna see if I got
Fuel coming out of it?
Yeah, if I got fuel coming to it. Maybe not as much fuel as I'd like to see. Got it coming out of the line?
Yep.
Where's my line wrenches? Come here and look at and see how much fuel should be coming out of this. Should be enough, you think?
Yeah.
Well, what can we do to this thing other than wire wheel it? Can we take them apart, put them back together?
You can, but there's adjustment. But
Mojo says you can take the injectors apart, but there's an adjustment to it. And we don't have the proper equipment for properly adjusting it. So we're just gonna, we ain't out nothing. We're just gonna take her apart, see if we can clean it, put her back together. I don't know why it ain't smoking. We should have had fuel there. We'll see. Got her all cleaned up, ready to go, eh? No guarantees.
no good. You check her out.
All right, we'll check her out. We got her fuel solenoid hooked up. Turn her fuel pump on.
Yeah, there.
Fuel pump.
Well,
Here we go. Can't imagine we got to bleed it. We should have fuel right up to it already from before.
yeah,
You want to hit it?
yeah.
You want to stand right there? Yeah, that's going to be a problem. Believe it or not, we're getting closer with this thing. We got the injectors back in it. Mojo took one apart and found out that it was stuck inside, and you can take it apart, and you need to heat her up a little bit to get her apart, but it's spraying again. And then we had one on this side that wasn't spraying because we didn't have the line tight coming off the injection pump. So that was kind of on me, and we should have noticed by all the fuel running down the intake valley. So injectors are back in, glow plugs are back in. We're probably just gonna hook everything back up and see what happens. Worst case scenario, we might try to hook multiple batteries up, get her spinning over faster. Maybe you take the heat gun and blow some warm air down the intake. Basically that's what the glow plugs do, is heat up the combustion chamber. So if we send hot air in there, even like my 5.9 Cummins, they got what they call as a grid heater, which is basically like a toaster that sits in your air intake, and it heats up the air as it goes in your engine. 5.9 Cummins, I don't know, I don't speak for all Cummins, but they don't have a glow plug, they got a grid heater. And then like your 7.3 Power Strokes and your 6.6 Duramaxes, they got glow plugs like these things. And these things will not start without a glow plug. Why? I don't know, and I'm not gonna explain it, and I don't really care. I'm just really sick of this thing. I'm thinking we're just gonna have ourselves a Turbo 400 Buick Olds pattern donor and a 5-lug half-ton rear end is about all we're gonna get out of this thing. But Mojo is bound and determined to get it running, so we'll stick with it. Once he gets back here, we'll hook up the battery and hook up the glow plugs and please run, please. But yeah, we're definitely only firing on 6 injectors before, so now with 8, we should have a better chance. But it's funny we didn't get any white smoke coming out the tailpipe. Strange. I don't know what's going on. But maybe we don't have enough compression to fire, because we've had that happen before, but usually with a Y block. You ready to fire this thing up or what?
I think so.
All right. If you say so. Fuel solenoids hooked up. You got your glow plugs hooked up over there?
Yes, I do.
All right, starting the glow plugs. Slingshot engage.
Slingshot engaged.
Now what? No white smoke. Gonna give her some hot air. Ready? Don't blow your hand off. You blow the breaker? Guess we can't run a hair dryer and a battery charger on the same circuit. Now what? Let's bend some rods. Ready? That's the most action we've seen. I think it likes it. Ready? think she's got a little blow-by. She's a choo-choo. Your side any better? Nope. I think she's shot. Yeah, look at the blow-by just pouring out of it. Yeah. Suppose it'll start back up?
Try it.
Now that it's warmed up. Yeah, needs some rings, don't you think?
Yeah.
It's probably why it didn't start so good. Probably a little low on compression. Ick. What do you think, Duff? Just sad he doesn't get to go for a ride because it doesn't have a seat or a steering wheel or a front end. It sure made a mess of my shop.
It made a mess. Look at here.
This side was really smoking.
Yes.
Cripes. Not much mouse house came out of the tailpipes. Just a lot of soot. It's gonna take a while to clear out the old shop. But it runs. Success, great success.
Great success.
I don't know about that. If making it run was what we were going for, I guess we got that. I was hoping to use it in something, but I think we just got ourselves a real good injection pump from Area Diesel Service. It's by far the best part of this whole package. All right, well, now we'll figure out what we're gonna do and clean up our mess. Where did all that oil come from? Running down the back of the intake? Huh, shouldn't have been blown anywhere by the fan because we don't have a fan belt hooked up. And I'm the guy who said diesels are easy to get running. They are when they run, not when they don't want to run. Hopefully this one goes a lot better. What do you think, Duff? You like diesels? He says, I don't care, as long as I get to go for a ride. Oh man, blue oil all over everything. Yeah, she's pushing oil straight out of the dipstick. Look at this quick turnaround time. Area Diesel Service. What do we got here? You're gonna need both hands. Well packaged. There's the money shot. There's our injection pump. Of course, they sent us some other goodies. Let's see what we got. Some fresh gloves. Can always use gloves around here. And fresh, holy buckets. 4 lids. Dang. Area Diesel Service. It's Friday. These guys, I reached out to them on Monday, so super quick turnaround time. Yeah, those are some nice lids there. Ooh, those is even fitted. All of them are fitted. Hot dang. Let's see if this looks the same. I don't know nothing about nothing, but linkage all looks the same. Mounting looks the same. Have to steal that fitting out of ours. Other than that, should be good to go. Let's get this hot rod Stanadine pump from Area Diesel Service. Check those guys out. They're on the old interwebs. Let's get her installed and see if we can get that 6.2 rolling pole again. Looking for an RIDE, Duff. Now we set this thing up so Mojo aligns the timing marks on it, on the pump. So we should just be able to put this thing right back together. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, nothing to it. There's a little cover on here. You take this guy apart and you line up the marks. Turn over the engine to the marks are lined up and then you take it apart. That's all you did. Nothing to it. Just got this little cover on that window. Make sure you put it back on because you probably don't want any debris getting inside your Stanadine pump. Be no bueno. Hopefully you can see that. There's a little notch right there, and you line that up with that line, and then she's timed. Right? That's what the boss says.
Now you're ready, huh?
I guess so.
Okay.
So you'll start the mounting bolts first and then do the... Is it a gear on the front or is it a...
It's a gear.
Yeah. Runs off the camshaft then?
Well, yeah. Timing. Gears, and it's got a chain there that goes up and drives.
Oh, so it's got...
A chain drives the gear.
Oh, it's not...
on.
It's not gear to gear, it's chain driven.
It's chain driven up to the camshaft.
Okay.
Then this gear's on the camshaft. Okay.
Yep.
And then this is all. It's down in there. It's not all geared. There's a chain.
So is it the chain that runs the camshaft?
Yeah. And then you go up, and then there's.
And then it's gear to gear on this pump, or is there a second chain?
No, there's a gear.
So the injection pump is run off gear off the camshaft, and the camshaft is run like off a chain, just like a small block Chevy.
Yeah.
Clear as mud.
Tell you all this stuff. Huh?
I got to get educated. One day I'm going to have to work on one of these all on my lonesome.
Yes, sir, you will. No,
I can't wait.
you can't wait either, right?
Yeah, lucky.
Lucky you.
Everyone should be so lucky to own a 6.2
You're right. See?
diesel.
Now you gotta. Okay. Now you see them holes?
In your mirror?
Yeah. You can.
God dang it, I need a ladder too.
Oh,
Where's my block of wood?
okay.
Gotta get the big ones so they don't fall off.
Okay. You see
Okay, yep.
You see that?
The holes in the yep, and they lined right up.
They line right up. See?
Cause we lined up that injection or that timing mark before we took it apart.
Great. See? Now you just stick your bolts in there and turn it. Okay? So now you see that gear in there?
And don't drop the bolt when you do it.
Right, don't drop
Yep,
them down
yep,
there.
I can see that gear.
You can see that gear now?
Yep. This would be a lot easier to do with the engine out and a fan not in your way.
Right. But this can be done. But it's kind of tricky.
You do your best work in the dark though, right?
Yeah, well. It's debatable.
So you just get it started and then you turn the engine over, and once you get all three of them started, then you go back and tighten them up.
You can snug them up nice. So, okay.
What are we using to turn the engine over real slow? You're gonna bar it over and I'll tell you when to stop. There ain't much room with that big clunky bumper down there.
Yeah.
The pickup in gear?
It's in park, I thought.
In park, it's a 4-speed, so it better not be in park.
The key is in
Off.
lock, huh?
Go for it. All right, well,
Huh?
there's no, the hole is there, but there ain't no threads that line up with it. It looks like this one had a bolt in it before though.
Well,
Take
there
it
is a smaller hole
for that
in
dowel.
that gear.
Here, I'll let you have a look, but something ain't jiving.
That other one fit in there so nice.
Right.
And it sure looks like there should be a bolt in there,
Right.
you know. And the other one looks like it's well, that means we gotta go around to that bolt and take that bolt out of there and pull that pump.
Okay.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. I suppose that bolt won't let us go backwards.
No.
Did you see those other holes? How did they look?
Yeah, I did. But that pin in that pump.
Yeah?
We got that stuck in one of the holes that should be with the bolt holes in.
Oh.
But I can't picture how in the hell it even lined up with that water hole.
How we got to where we're at? So you want me to take that?
Bolt out. Yeah.
You just put her in there finger tight, so I should be able to get it anyway, huh?
Well, yeah.
Don't drop it, he says.
Just don't drop it in there.
Got two of these little tiny round magnets slid on the end of my extension. I should grab that bolt. There we go. I think we gotta go like this. I think the pin's gotta be right at the top. Cause we just barely turned it over and then we got to that second hole where we got a hole on the pump, but there was no. And then this dowel pin was sticking through this hole down here. Yeah. I think I got it figured out. I think. We'll find out. If it don't go, or I mean it's not gonna. Where'd my mirror go? Mirror on the wall. No, that ain't right. The dowel pin has to be just... Yeah, I stuck the dowel pin in another bolt hole. How many of these 6.2s you owned now? Just 2 of them?
Yeah, I owned about 3 of them at one.
3 at one time alone?
No, not one time, but I started off with an 82. I bought an 82 Suburban, and it had a lot of miles on it, but the body was in real good shape and the interior was real good shape. So I thought I could do a little engine work. So I got it home and I pulled the injectors out and I took the pump off and had that stuff all redone. I put it all back together. And then I had the pan off and I was doing some stuff. I noticed the timing chain was a little sloppy in it. I thought, well, the next time I get into it, I'll put a chain in.
You went through all that work and didn't put a timing chain in it, you cheapskate?
Well, I didn't want to
You don't want to get that deep.
get deep into it. And then I went, we took a trip with it down in the Nevada. I got a brother that lives down there in Battle Mountain, Nevada. So we went down there with it, came back, no problem. And
All right, you can go ahead.
can I turn it?
Yep. Hey, the hole's got threads in it at least this time.
They got threads in now?
Yeah, we must be going the right way.
Yeah. Socket had to screw it off.
Well, because somebody likes them silly swivel ratchets.
Huh?
Somebody likes them silly swivel ratchets. They just fight you all dang time.
Well, they got their place.
They do. Right there. All right. We need another bolt though. Where the heck they at? Oh.
Ready? Oh.
Yep.
Okay. Here we go. Oh, something was stuck.
Uh-oh.
Huh? We got...
Well, here, let me... We'll see, because now we're to where the dowel pin should be, but there's no... Try going backwards with it. Okay, hold on, right there.
Okay.
I didn't thread this one in far enough, and it was catching.
Oh.
Hope we didn't screw nothing up. Did I find a hole? Oh, I was gonna say.
Huh?
It wasn't ever getting tight. I thought I found a hole that didn't have no dang threads in it. Keep turning her backwards.
Okay.
Ready? Yep. Well,
Huh?
I hate to tell you, but we're wrong again.
We're wrong again.
Sooner or later we'll get it right. Keep turning it and I'll still start taking bolts out, I guess.
Okay, well, alright. Ready?
Yep. We can turn it over right now with nothing in there, right?
Yeah.
Let's see if we can find out where that dowel's at and we'll line that up. Okay, go ahead. Okay, right there. Third time's a charm, isn't that what they say?
Yeah, there now.
Good thing we did all that work lining up them timing marks we didn't use. This one ain't right either. I don't know what the heck's going on. I'm gonna set them on the bench side by side and see if figure out what the heck we got going on here. All right, you go on watch duty. I'll crank that thing over. Ready?
Yep. Okay, hold it. We're there.
Okay, one line's up right now, right?
Well, one bolt does, yeah.
Yep, I'm gonna keep spinning. Let's see if we can go all the way to the next one and see if the next one lines up.
Oh, okay.
We've been able to get two, but there's never been three. Ready?
All right. Oh, yep,
The line's up?
yep.
All right then, well,
Where?
fourth time's a charm, I guess.
Yep. Okay. Put them in there.
What a miserable job that is, trying to line these up. But probably could have been resolved if we'd planned ahead a little bit. Taking it apart the right way. I'm sure Wes has the torque spec for these, but we don't. Don't snap off.
You on the third one?
I'll turn it over. You find the third one. I can't find it.
Oh. You got the second one in there though. Huh?
Yep, two of them are in there.
Yeah, that's right here. Okay. Now.
Put this one in and tighten them all up.
Yep.
I don't know what's going on with these dang GoPros, but I lost a bunch of footage, just the usual stuff. We got our injection pump installed. We got the intake on. Mojo wanted to start it without the intake, but I thought, this poor 6.2 needs all the help it can get, so let's not suck a bunch of stuff down the intakes, or the ports and the heads, so. I persuaded him to put the intake on. But all our injector lines, they were a real treat to hook up. Just that's, I think, where the camera kind of quit doing camera things, apparently, nearest I can tell. That was the hardest part. All these steel lines, running them, not good. We're gonna put the glow plugs in there because yeah, we don't have any compression when you got the hole wide open. We had a leak in the fuel tank. We found out it was out of fuel. So we put fuel in it to find out why it was out of fuel. There's a hole in the tank. So we did a mojo trick. What do we got? Mojo says, I need a screw, and I said, I got a better idea. And he beat me to the punch. He says, you got one of them tin screws with a rubber washer? A roofing screw, he called it. And I said, yeah. If I never see one of these again, it's been a long few days of pulling these out. More footage on that in the future. But anyway, I am physically, emotionally, and mentally drained after that project. But ran that screw in there with that rubber washer. We got fuel. We blew some air in the tank to bleed the system. And to do that, we just put air in the tank. This is the filter. We took that out, dumped all the, no comment on what color the fuel was that was in it. And everything looked good on the filter, so we put her back in. The fuel looked good. And then there's a little bleeder screw here. Crack that open, and you put this hose on it till you get fuel up there. We're good to go. So now once we get our glow plugs in and a battery in, we're gonna do 6-2 things, right, Mojo?
Right.
Look at all these colorful wire nuts, different sizes and variations. This one's got the thumb screw. Yeah, yeah. We don't do that around here. I still like these better than the Scotch locks, though. Even though those are the devil, the electrical guillotine. So, yeah. We'll check back in a minute once we got the glow plugs in and a battery in. And Duff's just hanging out, doing Duff things. Supervising, right? Right. Let's grab some batteries. I hope this engine's in better shape than that one.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably why they parked her. They got that hole in the tank and ran out of fuel and couldn't get her started. And here we are, right?
Here we are. We got check our crankcase, make sure we got some oil in her.
Oh, you gotta have oil too, huh?
Well, we gotta have a little oil.
Just a little. Probably better hook these glow plugs back up too, huh?
Yeah,
they work better with the wire hooked up?
That's better. Our bleed hose was plugged.
The hose was plugged?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes it hard to bleed.
Yeah. Yep, blew that out.
Funny how
I suppose we should crack those fuel injection lines.
bleed the injector?
Bleed the injection.
A lot of bleeding with these diesels. Knuckles, bleeding fuel, bleeding your pockets dry. All of the bleeding. From last time, I remember these wing nuts hitting the end of this cable, so we're just going to put some regular 5/16 nuts on these instead of putting different ends on it. Wes, what do you think about these clamp-on ends? Are these better than the regular repair style ends that you hate so much? I've never seen these ones before. You put all kinds of wires in them though. That's convenient. Maybe better put some washers on there too.
Need that light?
Nope, I could put a battery in the dark, I feel like. You go ahead, take that light.
Have it, huh?
Oh, you got one over there too. You probably don't need them both over there. I'll keep this Cyclops over here. There. One battery hooked up the right way. I don't know if it's the right way, but positive and ground is the right part. Alright, let's crack these vacuum bleeders. Go from there. What's this little hose on the bleeder? That must be for the return?
Return.
Yeah. Makes sense. You sure they're 3/4?
Yeah.
Yep. Alright, give me that knuckle busting flexi ratchet. Oh, dang it.
I do a lot.
You knew that you knew I was gonna need it, so give me the I told you so. The dipstick is in the way, Jimmy.
Think with Don't stick to me!
So you were saying when the camera cut off that you had a Suburban with a bunch of miles on it and you took it on a road trip, and then I think where you left off, the water pump went out.
Yeah.
Oh!
So when I was replacing the water pump, I went in there a little further and put in the chain, okay?
Oh, the timing chain was sloppy. Yep.
I put them.
And then it had all the power to pull the world and got good fuel economy and always started.
Really went up.
Oh, that timing chain affected the fuel economy, huh? Quite a bit.
It shows the timing up.
Well, yeah. But it still ran apparently good enough to go on a road trip across America.
Yeah.
That back one, I wonder if I can get it with a line wrench.
But then I was always scared.
Was that the one that had was a two-wheel drive with overdrive?
Yeah.
And got...
That one was, yeah.
Didn't you say that one got... What kind of mileage did that thing get?
Well,
that was the best one you said, right?
Well,
for mileage.
My black one was. I had another black one, 88 after them.
Yep.
After the 82.
Oh, you had two Suburbans.
Yeah. And then that one I fixed up. And I got 28 miles to a gallon.
What?
28.
And I suppose back then diesel was 60 cents.
Yeah. My brother didn't believe that either. Linda was doing all the figuring.
And she knows math.
And she knows math pretty good.
She don't even got to use her toes.
No.
I wonder how critical it is that we get that back one cracked. 'Cause this thing, if you took that steering column out of the way, I could get right at it. Maybe we get the brake booster too.
I take a lot of things out of the way and pop that motor right out of there. And
Yeah, we'll just do like the other one. We'll just take the cab off and leave it in the frame rails.
there
And
you go.
a lot easier to work on. So the timing chains wear out on these, and then they ruins your fuel economy. Was that the only one you ever really had to tear into? Was that worn out one you put a timing chain in?
Well, that one, and then I had one. The oil pump went to hell and
Uh-oh.
locked her up. I had to put a whole different motor in that.
Oh, there was no fix to that.
No.
What's are they notorious for anything that kills them? Like cam phasers on a 5.4 Ford or nothing? They just run forever.
If you got things working, like the glow plugs.
Yeah. You wear out. You're gonna wear out starters if you don't keep glow plugs in it.
Well,
And then that relay. Yeah, you're saying that timer relay and stuff will burn out.
Yeah. See, when they came out, they had a relay in the back that run off of your coolant, engine coolant.
Oh, on the back of the engine. Yep.
In the back of the engine, and then that controlled same thing as this. Okay, before they came out with this.
Yep.
Okay, to control your glow plugs. Well, okay, that would stick on, or if you didn't have coolant up there to warm that up,
Sure.
shut your glow plugs off, and then it was supposed to cycle at so many. But then your glow plugs will burn out and they'll blister on the end, and then you can't get them out.
And then you're pulling heads off.
Well, either that or what I did is I pulled the injectors out
Okay.
and I
Grabbed the end and then cut it off and fished it through there.
fished it through the injector hole. But you had to be awful careful.
I was gonna say, when you were in the middle of that, you were probably questioning your life decisions on doing that.
Yeah.
Well, I guess if you drop it, you got to take the head off anyway, so you ain't
You ain't out much.
right. But
But I managed to get them out.
But
and I
they-
get all that stuff out of there.
you said you've had the injectors or the pump sent off a couple times too, right? That swash plate or whatever, that coupler that was bad in that 5.7, same deal. Had issues with that, yeah. And they don't injectors ever really give problem?
Not usually, but send them in and make sure that they fire, spray good,
Yep.
and that the right pound.
Oh, because well, on that 5.7 anyway, they got adjustments on them, right? Or a set screw to set the spray pattern, I would imagine, or the flow, or
Yeah,
so that's what they use a test bench and they dial that all in probably.
dial that all in, and set that all in.
All right. Well, hook up a battery and crank her till we get some fuel, I guess, huh?
Yep.
What's going to give us problems next? We just don't talk about that. What are you doing there? Pulling off the fuel solenoid?
Yeah. Anyway, we'll crank her over, get pressure up on that side, and then to the pump, and then we'll turn the pump on, and then we'll get coming out the injectors.
Okay, so you want to get pressure. So you're unhooking the solenoid so that it's just going to build pressure up to the pump, but the pump won't build pressure because the shutoff solenoid's out. Okay. We should have done this when we had the gall-dang glow plugs out, because it would have turned over a lot easier. But they're in now. Okay. All right.
But this ain't going to take very long. If we
don't ever say that.
If we got
famous last words.
If we got a good fuel pump.
I was just gonna say, boy, you got a lot of trust in an old, dried out
Fuel pump.
rubber diaphragm and a fuel pump. Yeah. You got a spare one of them around?
No, but I had to put one in.
Well, there's one out front in your pickup if we gotta steal it, I guess.
Yeah.
They're probably like a small black Chevy, 2 bolts and a couple of hard lines and you're good to go.
Yeah.
I bet they're easier to swap than an injection pump.
Yeah.
Tell you what, if we get to that point, we'll put a clickety-clack in there and a couple of wire nuts and carry on with our lives. All right, well, you want me to turn the key or?
I can turn the key.
Where am I checking for fuel at? We got anything cracked on the injection pump? Or are you just gonna spin it over just for, do we have a visual indicator or are we just winging it here?
Well, you can, or we can hook her on and crank her over. We can hook up the fuel pump and crank her over until we get coming out of our injectors line.
So is anything cracked open right now other than the injectors?
No, just
okay.
the injector.
All right, I'll just turn it over and we'll get her primed then. See if we get it primed. So is the filter after the pump? Is the filter after the mechanical pump or
Right.
before?
See, after.
Okay, so we should have that primed up to there anyway because we
Right.
blew air,
We
and so
got
that's going through the pump. So now we just got to prime from there to there.
Okay, here.
Okay. I'm just trying to soak up all this knowledge.
Yeah.
Got your fingers clear?
Yep.
So now you got the fuel solenoid hooked up, so now we're gonna keep an eye out for fuel on these injectors, huh?
Right. Then I'm gonna get a check light, make sure that we get the power up to our cylinder on our pump.
Yeah, we should probably do that before we burn out the batteries and the starter and everything else. You know, the batteries are gonna go dead if I don't do it, so I'm just gonna hook up the old booster pack, battery charger, before we do anything. It was actually Duff's recommendation. He said, you should probably hook that up. Right, Duff? Right. He says, I'm getting ready to go for an RIDE, so let's do this right. I'm gonna hook this booster up. Because if we hook it up, we won't need it, right?
Yeah. No, we got power there now. You must have the key on, huh?
I do have the key on.
Yeah.
Here. So, what are we gonna do if this thing runs away? Just let her eat?
But
Oh, you grab your ball cap. You're gonna put your ball cap over that intake. Our 6.2s don't run away. We just trust that Area Diesel did a good job on that pump, so we don't have to worry about it running away.
worrying about. And if you put it on there, right?
Don't be blaming it on me.
Okay.
But usually, I suppose I would recommend taking these studs out and then having a piece of plywood or something, but we'll just worry about that when we get there, right? All right, I'll turn the key off. You see if that fuel shut-off solenoid's working. Off.
Yep.
On.
Yep.
Off. All right. Well, and we tested the glow plugs before, right?
Yep. Crank her over. See what.
Crank her over. I'm holding up the show. All right.
Well, just crank her over till we get fuel coming out of her.
Yep. I can't see, so I'm relying on you. Getting anywhere?
Nope.
Dry over here. Oh, I got one that's I got one that's pissing a little bit.
All right. Well.
Hey, that means we're getting fuel to the high pressure pump, and it means the high pressure is doing something, which is more than we had last time. So keep cranking until we get them all. Or
Yeah, we'll just crank it, and then we'll let the starter cool down a little bit.
And maybe tighten up the ones that are.
Yep.
We getting anywhere? Or is it just that one still? Nothing on your side? But I bet you put a few starters on these. I know you did one last winter on yours.
Yeah.
All right, hit her again.
Yeah.
Tell you what, I'm gonna tighten that one up. While we let that starter cool down. Oh, ow, that battery cable's hot. All right. Well, now we're gonna check the oil.
Yeah. It ain't too bad.
It looks pretty clean.
Yeah.
It's for a diesel. How come diesel oil gets so sooty? That high compression, I suppose?
Well, that and your fuel. Burning of your fuel.
Diesel's just dirtier than gasoline.
Well,
should we take a break for lunch?
Should we?
All right.
Crank her over some more and then take a break? Huh?
All right, let's do that. See if we get a couple more fire.
All right, let's go for lunch. I don't see nothing.
We still ain't getting no fuel, huh? Well, that back one's wet. Well, two of them anyway. All right, keep priming.
Yeah.
Get your fingers out of that fan.
Yeah.
You ever got your finger in a fan before?
Oh, sometimes.
Yeah, me too.
It was at this moment that he knew. He f***ed up.
Ready?
Yep.
Well, she's dripping back there, so we could probably tighten that one up. Anything on your side?
Try her some more.
All right. All clear?
Yeah.
Should you hook a electric pump up the boat tank?
Line off?
See if we're getting pressure from the mechanical pump?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
See if we work.
Crank her over and see if we got...
See what kind of fuel we got pressure coming out of here.
Okay. Clear?
Yeah.
We getting plenty of volume there?
Well, it's not a whole lot of just bragging about, but
Oh.
there is some. This is what we got.
Yeah, I could see, I mean, it looked like it was spurting out in there, but I don't know if that's enough. I would think so. Try it some more, or should we try a electric pump?
Well, we could do that. T into that line there.
Well, I don't know if you want a T into it.
You're gonna have your own supply can. You're gonna
Yeah.
stick your pump in.
Yeah.
Well, then we'll hook it up right up to that filter. Then we can pull that line back off again.
What are we gonna do to keep it from?
Spitting out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's give her a couple more cranks, see if it gets any better. Because we're, like I said, these two are wet, getting wet over here, so we'll give her a snort of ether, get her spinning over a little faster, expedite the process. Ready?
Yeah. Huh?
You're getting fuel out of this one now. I just saw it.
You just seen it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't squirting, but there's fuel coming into the nut here. I can see it. She's just wet on my finger now.
This one over here looks like it's getting wet. We'll cleaver crack a little bit. Ready?
Yeah.
see bubbles coming out of this one. So it's still got air in it because I can see the bubbles coming out of it.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
I guess we should have looked through the cab mojo.
Ah,
Whole bunch of glow plugs.
I think we're set on glow plugs for a while.
are we?
You could make your wife a necklace out of them.
Can I? Yeah,
She'd probably wear it.
She likes them.
She likes them. Well, I guess if we got fuel in the injectors, probably we're ready to make some smoke. So. Now what? Cycle the glow plugs and
Cycle the glow plugs and fire them up.
we're off to the races.
Yeah.
Like a herd of turtles. You ready?
Yep.
Slingshot. Glow plugs engaged.
Slingshot engaged.
Didn't sound too promising. Try her again.
Yeah.
Glow plugs. What do you think? Does it sound like it's doing anything to you?
Not much action there.
You want to put your light on the glow plug, see if make sure they're working? They were before, but ready?
Yeah.
It's on.
Yep. They're on.
Okay.
They're down there.
Well, here I'll push. Now the button's on. Are you talking the fuel? What are you checking?
I'm
Fuel
checking
solenoid?
fuel. Huh?
Keys on.
Yeah. We got power there. And we got power gold plugs. You did, Al. Cycle them again.
On.
On, yeah.
Off.
Off.
On.
On. Off.
Want to check the other side to see if that side's. And the wires are all tied together, so if one's got power, they all should. What next, master of the 6.2?
Yeah. Gotta see if it'll fire.
Keep cranking, or do we whiff it a bit?
Should we whiff it?
It worked on the last one, and judging by the cans that are inside, it won't be its first whiff. If we can find that can. What did we do with it the other day? You probably took it home. Probably needed to get yours started.
Oh, come on.
What do you call this stuff, Mojo? Ether?
Starting fluid.
Starting fluid? You truckers ain't what? Compression in a can?
Yeah.
Cosby sauce?
Us truckers, we don't use it.
Oh, we're above that.
We're above that. We just crank it over. Oh, we're on it.
Well, if you want to crank it over and get it running, that'd be fine.
You want to squirt it or what?
Oh no, you look like you're excited about it. Glow plugs are on. Ready?
Yep.
It's your battery cable smoking.
Don't lean on that. That smoke? I wouldn't worry about.
Oh.
That smoke. We had some smoke in the intake though, so that can only mean good things. Probably not. Well, now what, boss man? Do we hook it behind Bernie and tow it around the yard in gear?
Got a manual, we could do it.
Well, yeah. Tow truck things.
We might have to.
Suppose it's got brakes. Well, it might. Back reservoir looks a little empty. But we got a manual. What do we need brakes for? Do I want to put brake fluid in something that doesn't run? We might lose the shop. Oh yeah, it's fine. It's moist in there. That's all the more you need. Multi-bug, you're the diesel expert. Proud owner of a 6.9 Ford diesel or two.
6.9 and a 7.3 I've got.
Ooh, hot rod. Gosh, you want a 6.2 as well?
Not really, no. I fought that 6.9 for several days.
Well, we're working on several days. We're not far behind.
Runs like a champ now, though.
Now what?
Did you see if that ether locked her up?
I guess so. I'm guessing that fireball that came out of the intake isn't supposed to be there.
You suppose that was just the ether
What?
in that fireball?
Oh yeah. I don't know what else it could have been.
It seemed like it wanted to take off here for a little bit.
It sounded better than it did without it.
Yeah.
We got all the smoke, just not the right smoke. Electrical smoke, ether smoke. God dang it, Pookie, jump in the combine. The frickin' neighbors are going. Cutting the old headland. The big green thrashing machine. How many they got going? Just one of them? Yeah, with the nice weather we've been having, the soybean harvest is in full effect. What do you think, Duff? Harvest is here. Got the grain cart over there, a couple semis. Making her happen. Pookie's going over there. You can see there 2 red combines and grain cart. Getting after it. A lot less motorcycles and more grain trucks going up and down the highway this time of year.
Hi.
You're the famous Mojo?
Yeah.
You want his autograph?
My hands are kind of dirty.
You're fine. Nice to meet
No, lucky you, a greasy hand.
you. So clean.
Fixed it.
You learning some stuff?
He's teaching us.
No. We were just gonna crack each one by one with a couple of cycles of the engine and see if we're still getting fuel to squirt out. See if maybe we're got air pockets that are still building up. It should almost be like a squirt. Like mine was almost like a, you know, just
Yeah.
like wisping out. Fingers and toes. All above it. Anything squirting out?
Not much. Try her again. Now we got a little more out. Crank her over a little more. Yeah, you know where they're at? That button on the bottom there?
Yeah, there's a glow plug light will light up in the dash when you hit it.
We got like a 5 or 10 second count.
Yeah, about that, and then hit her again.
You just keep going. Our battery cable's glowing over here. I feel like the glow plugs are supposed to do that. It's a multi-purpose battery cable. Yeah, she's the red check engine light was on right there. If you had a hot dog, it would sizzle. Spray some ether on that. We'll cool it off with some Dr. Pepper.
Yeah,
She's warm.
I got some Easter over here, you want to try it?
Yeah, I was just thinking that. But I don't think that's keeping us from starting. Seems like it's cranking over pretty fast for how long we've been after it. I mean, fast enough that it would start, I think.
Yeah.
So you think if we pull the injectors out, we can try cleaning them, or what?
Well, there ain't much to clean them. There's
Or what could we do if we took them out? Put different ones in that you know are good, or what?
well, take them out and hook them up to the line and see how they're squirting. You know, from the injection line. and see how they're spraying. But that's basically what you do in a test stand.
Right.
You know, you pump it up.
Yeah, it's in a controlled. Yeah.
It's about 2,700 pounds, you know.
So we still could have air in there.
We
could have a bad injector.
Right. We could have a lot of things going on.
Okay. So pull some injectors out. What are you thinking?
Well, we could do that, or we could pull the glow plugs out and take compression.
You got an adapter to check the compression?
I got an adapter and I got a gauge and everything at home to check the compression.
Okay.
And crank it over. And then we could start there, I guess, and check the compression.
Because really, if we got air and fuel and compression, it should go.
Should run.
And pulling the injectors will tell us if we got fuel. And pulling the glow plugs and putting compression will tell us it's got compression. So, yeah, I think that's our next step. We'll push it outside and light it on fire.
There you go.
What are we getting?
Nothing.
No compression?
No.
So that's probably why it's not starting, huh?
Probably. There's nothing there. I could put my finger over the hole. Over
Well, don't push so hard. So obviously to fire diesel, you need fuel, you need air, we need a compression. If we don't have any compression, it's not gonna run. And I would recommend maybe checking compression before you put a new injection pump on. Is that a good idea?
Good idea.
Our audience is growing around here. So many spectators.
You're doing it wrong.
I could have told you should have checked compression. That's what Dwayne's typing in his computer right now. Like, thanks a lot. Well, I thought that's what the compression in a can was for. Yeah. It just boosts it, but maybe not enough. Well, the good news is we don't have to tear into the injectors this way, right?
You don't need compression on all 8. You just need it on a, half of them.
Yeah. Well, let's check some of these other ones.
Oh, let's see how many disappointments we can have today.
You don't want just one, do you?
Well, my first 6.2 diesel experiences really lived up to the name. What do you call that? Not the ambiance, the legend, the anticipation? Is that the word we're looking for? No, what? Can we turn this off and then we won't get maybe fuel pumping everywhere?
Yeah, it's good.
Good. We're definitely getting fuel. So Area Diesel hooked us up on that fuel part anyway. I wonder if they sell compression.
I'll put my finger on this one.
You got another one that's disappointing? Oh for 2?
0 for 2.
I've never heard of a diesel having like 0 compression. That's crazy.
Got a blowing
It's
head.
because
Blowing head?
Blowing head gasket. Between them 2 cylinders.
have you checked all the other ones?
No.
It sounds like there's some compression over here somewhere.
Well, there's got to be something someplace.
It can't all be 0.
Yeah, they couldn't have all went at the same time. Duped again on the Facebook Marketplace. Well, I guess LS swap it.
It's a gem. It really deserves an LS.
12 valve Cummins, maybe?
There you go.
Or you could just buy it from me and take it and put the bed on the back of one of your IDI Fords, and you could do tow truck things.
No, thank you.
What do you think, Sam? Want to do tow truck things?
He doesn't have time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
You need a winter project, right, Mojo?
Yeah.
Oh.
IDIs don't have enough horsepower to get out of their own way, let alone try to pull something else.
Good point about IDIs. I can't imagine this thing was a real powerhouse, especially the last few miles on
Apparently 6 or less.
significantly less cylinders than it started with.
Get that one carried in there.
Yeah.
What? 0 for 3? the end's really tight. Well, everybody's punching out. Mojo 6'2", still alive. We'll see if DB can kill his new. Yay! Got a 6-speed in that V6 hot rod, and he stalled it twice today. In the driveway. He goes, I've been driving that thing for a month and a half, and I haven't killed it. And then he stalled her out twice in front of me. It's like backing up a trailer. You can do it great when nobody's around. But then when somebody's watching. Oh, V6 Mustang exhaust. Well, you get 2 combines with 45-foot heads and 160 acres comes off pretty fast. And you get a big grain cart behind a 4-wheel drive and a couple semis. And they even came out and did a little digging on the headlands and the low spots. It's crazy how much work these guys can get done in a short amount of time. How much ground they can cover in a short amount of time, right, Duff? I told you how good this thing is. It's so good. Ran the mail in today. The old Hooter hauler's working good too. I can't show you what's going on there because it's top secret construction stuff. Saving it for the Puddin's Fab Shop channel. But anyway, Mojo says we had to throw in the towel. Well, Young's Auto Parts tow truck is not gonna live, unfortunately. Not for us. I don't know if it's just bad head gasket or if it's a hole in the piston or what, but maybe it needs a valve job, maybe it needs rings, maybe it got too much ether, who knows? But this 6.2 needs some love. So it either needs an LS swap or a big block or a Ford Coyote or a 12 valve or another 6.2 put back in it. Well, we got Bernie. It's been cool to have a 4-wheel drive, but Bernie's just so much nicer of a rig, and it's just better. It looks better, it runs better, it's got a much better body and an interior, and it's got a nicer Holmes wrecker on it. So if you want to own this thing, price and availability in the description. You'll have to come get it, you'll have to haul it. It's got a brand new injection pump on it, so you could probably get a few bucks out of that, or you can put it on your 6.2 that you're swapping in this thing. So huge shout out to Area Diesel Service for hooking us up with some great quality parts. It's not their fault that this thing did not run. Great turnaround time, great folks to work with, super easy to talk to on the phone. They absolutely know their stuff when it comes to these injection pumps. They offer a lot of other things as well that I'm not going to talk about because I don't know exactly the terminology. I tried reading the paperwork and I'm like, well, diesel stuff. Whew. So that's what I love and hate about diesels. Either you put fuel in them and you bleed the system and they take off and it's super easy, or you do that same exact thing and then a whole bunch of other things and other things and other things, and then they don't run. So the nice thing about diesels is diesel doesn't really go bad, so you just crank them up and they go with what fuel's in there. You don't have to deal with points. You don't have to deal with the carburetor. The injection system is a little bit more complicated, but they really don't give us many problems, but then they do. I shouldn't say any bad things about the GM diesels, but I really don't have anything good to say. Mojo loves 6.2s, he loves his 6.2, but this is my 6.2 experience, my 5.7 experiences, and neither of them were super pleasant, but then again, they were pretty much hot garbage when they started, so. Thank you very much for watching. Check out the merch, mortske.com. We just got some fresh ball caps in. So get those while they're hot. They flew off the shelves the last time, so if you've been waiting for one, get one. We got the High Life banners, kind of like the Do banner, but Low Life, you get the Low Life banners. We got the magnetic screwdrivers. We got magnetic can koozies. We got decals. But yeah, we still got some of these shirts left. We got the Low Life shirts left. We got a couple of Mountain Dew lights shirts left in strange sizes, like small. So if you're a very small human, get one of those. But I'm gonna enjoy a sandwich because it's 90 degrees. It's October. It's way too hot. It's windy. And I maybe had too many sandwiches last night. So Need to replenish the system. Duff is tuckered out. All right, thank you very much for watching. Check out our other videos. Remember, doesn't matter how you get it done, so long as you are having fun. 6.2s put the FU in fun. On to the next one. What do you want to work on next, Duff? Hopefully not another 6.2 diesel or 4-wheel drive or tow trucks. Something cool, like a 38 Ford or a 34 Ford or a 48 Ford or a 39 Chevy or a 63 Grand Prix. Say bye. Just wants to go for a ride.